why, but it didn't go live. So now we're going live. Now we're live.
Okay, now that we're live, yeah, I slept in a little bit today, and then my mom, she handed me the phone because something to do with her health people, and she didn't want to talk to them, so I had to go, hello. And then yesterday, she informed me that she got a call yesterday. She missed her whatever lab stuff. She had to
Oh,
do some lab before she goes to her kidney doctor,
right.
and I go, when was your lab? Wasn't it? I thought it was like the 18th. Yeah, it
Right.
was. I just didn't do it because it was it was cold and snowy and icy. I thought, we don't need to mess with it.
Right.
Well, I go, then you need to call the people and cancel it. And
Right.
they left a message, said, we can't do your appointment until you do your lab work. So
Uh-huh.
I told her, just call them today, be nice to them, tell them you just, due to the ice and snow, you kind of forgot it. Well, no, I got the phone here. You do it. You call. So I did it. Got that straightened up. Then I had to take off. I had to try to get to the bank, and I had my AirPods in my ears, and that's when you called me, and I
Yes, it was.
just got through the drive-through,
Right.
and it didn't matter if I had the AirPods, I could be driving whatever. Had to go pick up the dog's $60 bag of dog food to try to help
Wow.
her
That's a
urinary
bad topic.
infection. Oh well, yeah. I'm like, gee. Um, and it was nice though. The girl, they know me at the vet place. The girl, she's like, she picked up the bag. She goes, here, I'll go put it in the car for you. And I go, well, you don't have to. Yeah, you're on your crutches. You don't need to mess with this.
Right.
I did that. And while I was doing it, I stopped at McDonald's, large soda and McDouble. And so then
Yes.
I go down the road and I run at Walmart and I get a little scooter and I get on that thing and I go get some. I'm like, what are we going to do from supper tonight? Me and my mom. Domino's is maybe a quarter of a mile up the street
Yeah.
from us. Domino's is good for supper. Okay, let's
Sounds good
grab
to
some,
me.
get some soda pop to go with it. What else do I need? Something at Walmart I had to get, and then it's like get in the car and I meet more nice people with my crutches. I was on the little cart, going to park it out by my car, and some lady, she goes, "You want me to help you with that? You want me to take that back in the store?" I go, I was just going to leave it set out here because they pick them up. She
Uh-huh.
goes, "You got your crutches and all." She goes, "You don't need to here. Just let me just take it, and I'll drive it back." Well, you get to ride back in the store instead of walk. So,
Right.
but more people are, let me get that door for you. Let me.
Right.
But then I backed into my driveway, and then I backed up to my garage door, and then I carried stuff. I've got this down. I got one of those little red not a metal wagon, the kind that people take to the beach and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I roll it out to the car, put the grocery store or Walmart, the dog food, whatever in it, and then I roll it into where the door is to go in the house, and then with my crutches, I try to get that stuff into the house and got that in, and didn't see my mom anywhere, and um, knocked on her bathroom door. I said, "Are you in there?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "Have you just been sitting here since I left this morning?" "Nah, I'm just sitting here because it's warm in here."
Right.
So I came back to the computer and I looked for my link to be on the show, and I clicked on it, and here I
There
are.
we are. Yes, exactly.
And I did type in Washboard Friday. Okay, I
I
took the
saw
time to
that.
do
That seems like a good thing because we're having so many things go on off the table, off the calendar. But this is a good washboard Friday, definitely.
it. Yeah, it's
We're enjoying
oh
all of this.
so actually the guy that I buy, I like his cigar box guitars
Right?
the best. His name's Mike Snowden, and he's out of Marietta, Georgia. If you're out there, you can look up his stuff, Snowden Guitars. And
Right.
he's really a cool guy. And every Tuesday or every Thursday, he has three string Thursdays, for three
Okay.
string guitar. And he
Sounds
shows you little licks or plays or just talks a minute. And so I just thought, well, fine, I'll just have Friday washboard Friday.
definitely. That's the key. We're getting in the spirit, definitely.
And got the car out of the driveway. And oh, it's just, yeah, I don't even know if I'll talk very much here. I'm kind of,
Oh,
I'm taking a chance to just catch my breath. But when you get out and you get to doing things that you have to do. I mean, when I got up to, I just didn't. I wanted to sleep for another day,
right.
And you just get up and you make yourself go, and then all of a sudden you feel better. You know.
Yes, exactly.
I feel pretty good now. I'm not going to go ride a zip line or nothing like that. But
no zip line. That sounds good.
And I got this paintbrush. I can adjust my face. Okay.
There we go. Yes, that's perfect.
I've got everything on my desk here.
There's a lot of props, definitely.
Oh, so I'm here and it's Friday, and I've made it all week, haven't I?
You've done really good. It's been a really great week, and the stuff we're talking about off the stuff we're doing is just coming alive. Just like I said, it was all happening. It's going to happen.
A lady that I got an acquaintance thing with. Here, I'm dusting. She's Janice Dickerson, and I haven't met her in person, but we've talked a lot on the phone. And if you've ever talked to me on the phone, you have to include the word "a lot." Mine and her conversations have went from 5 minutes turning into 35 minutes, but
and 35 hours. There are a lot of conversations, definitely.
Kind of retired. She's been around here a long time. She knows anything and everything about every music show and who's in it and where they're at and what's doing what. And she's very smart about stuff. I had talked to her about our little adventure, and now she wants me to do an interview with a radio station.
Yes.
But they're not going to do it at the radio station, and they were going to do it at some new place on Shepherd of the Hills. It's going to have jesters and things running around in it. I said, that's me. Me in there, yeah.
That sounds good.
I just get a part-time job there, too. Well, then she wrote me today and said, I want to change that to the Little Hacienda Mexican place.
Okay.
Which I know where that's at. They do a Tuesday taco, like dollar taco day or whatever.
Great.
So I guess that's been changed. And then there's going to be something down where Mel Tillis originally had his theater. It's called, I don't even know what it's called. It's back behind Olive Garden. And they're going to do a Sunday night sometime where they have just different slots of singers and whatever. And I told her I ought to just bring my washboard, and she wanted me to. Yes. I go, I can sing a song, or I would think use one of my cigar box guitars and sing a little 1 minute song. It's just something why? Because it's different. If there's other people there that step up on that stage with a guitar, it's going to be an acoustic guitar, and that's what they're going to do. But if I have a washboard, cigar box guitar, and then whip out the washboard and do my little 7-minute skit that I did in Las Vegas for the American DJ Awards, out of the night, it's the things that you remember. The things you remember is what you don't see.
Yes.
And I haven't even talked to her. I think we're going to talk to her tomorrow. We're going to visit a phone conversation, the three of us. She loves our venture that we're working on down here. Exactly. I'm not even, I look forward to meeting her in person because I'm not even real sure what these things are that I'm going to do.
Right.
But that's me. It doesn't matter, I mean, I can take something that's
exactly.
It's a radio interview. I can turn it into my time. I mean, and I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
Without a doubt, that is always true.
Well, I just mean if we're having a radio interview, I don't need the guy to interview me. I can just hand me the microphone. I'll do it by myself. Yes. But I need to visit with her. And she wanted me to do something downtown on a little stage last fall.
Right. She told me about that. Yes, she mentioned that.
Yeah, and I just couldn't do it. And I don't know about
Paul.
I don't know about these things that she's lining me up to do because, I'm still
recovering.
My update on my recovery, on my sore on my ankle, which is a nice little symbol. When you look at me, it's like, wow, that's Mike with his leg instead of no leg that the doctor wanted to take away.
Right.
At a hospital in Springfield that I won't say their name. Mercy me. Anyway, Uh, yeah, and I found out. Yeah, I found out. Anytime you're at that hospital, definitely get a second, third opinion,
Right.
and I wish I just had a montage of all the video of anybody. The little gal that helped me with the scooter at Walmart today. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, that crutch is my trophy of still having my legs since I was at a doctor in Springfield. And first, right off the bat, they said, we're here to take your leg off. And she did the same thing I did. She had that expression, it's under her mask, but the mask sucks in. It's like, what? I'm like,
Yes.
that's what I haven't ever had anybody say, well, yeah, you should have did it.
Right.
But I feel good today that my foot feels good. I just know it needs to be healed. So
Right.
we're getting ready to go into, I would call it the final leg of healing. I'm not sure.
Final leg. No pun intended.
But it's the hydro something chamber.
Right.
It's some kind of.
Sounds fancy and expensive.
They're real expensive. That's what I heard.
Yes.
That's what my doctor told me. And it just pumps pure oxygen. And it's
Right.
kind of like the one I'm in, one that looked kind of like a glass tanning bed. And that way, I mean, maybe if I got other things wrong with me, it'll fix that too while I'm in there. But it's
good. Yes, maybe a tan and everything.
I said, is there a side effect to this? They said, no, usually when you get out of it, you feel really good because for like 45 minutes, or 30 minutes, you've just been breathing pure.
Right.
And that's supposed to kill any bacteria and any type of stuff. It's supposed to be a good deal. He told me yesterday, he said, it's going to be a long drawn out thing. He goes, we're probably looking at 30 or 40 sessions. And I go, geez. But then he told me I'd be doing it 5 days a week.
Right.
So maybe a month or something. I don't know. And I say I will be doing it. And as that goes, it might all of a sudden, well, you've done 12. And I think it's maybe a couple more and we're out of there or something.
Right.
I don't know. But that's so much better than, well, Mike, hop in my car. Have the doctor say, let's run down to the hardware store and get some jigsaws. I need a really sharp one. Yeah, why don't you go to the hardware store? And
I just think about if you had not fought for your foot, that is so important that you fought up for your foot. You spoke up for your foot. That is so good.
Not my foot, my whole leg. What do you mean, my foot?
I mean, the whole thing.
No, I did. I went against the whole doctor and the whole hospital and the foreign doctor that.
Right.
I went against all of them because, well, what if you get an infection down there and it goes all the way up to your heart and it kills you? I go, guess what? That's what'll happen, but it's going to kill me with my leg on. Okay. And, I mean, because they originally said you have a little infection thing in your heel bone down there or something. That's kind of common type stuff. Well, he took a little biopsy down in there yesterday just to see what the infection is, just a little piece of skin stuff. And because he said he needs that so he knows which antibiotics to give me.
Exactly.
That's just because he can't see down in there good enough.
Good, yes.
And they brought him in his little, look like needle nose pliers or some kind of super duper cutters. I'm sure I'll see those on my hospital bill or on my bill. You'll say 10 snips, $2,000 or something like that. But, they ask him, well, are you just getting skin or are you going to get a piece of the bone? So that tells me in today's technology, if you had a little something in the bone that was there, it tends to tell me, I think they could end up doing a deal where they cut that little piece out of the bone. Now your heel might have a dent in it, but you'd still have a leg.
Yes, anyway, exactly.
We're talking about all kinds of stuff that I don't even need to talk about, but if you're going to watch me, you need to know what's going to go happen.
Definitely.
I want to say hi to my buddy Bruce Richardson out in Vegas because he watches all these all the time.
All right.
And, Bruce is a fireball of excitement. No, he
Tell
is.
me about him.
Bruce is just so laid back. Well, he gets with me, and him are running around out there, and he's showing me stuff, and we have a good time.
Right.
And I think he's just Darren, my buddy, moved here from Tennessee.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, when me and him go do stuff, it's just guys and it's fun.
Right.
When the wife tags along, it just all of a sudden he has to, honey, do this, run in the store, get me this, give me a candy bar, give me some stages, go do this, pull over, I gotta go to the bathroom. And like when me and him went up to Cincinnati or up Florence, wherever, for one of the big late model races last year. Oh my gosh, he had a blast. And that's when he learned the word Skinner back. And
every classic crane terminology.
Every morning we stopped at some convenience store on the way to the racetrack, and whatever girl was working there, he'd find her, and he'd just look at her and say, "Skinner back." And so to him, that phrase has become a good-looking, sexy girl. Skinner back. Because he'll be like, "There's a Skinner back right there," and he'd do it with everybody. We'd be at the racetrack. I'd be like, "Where's he at?" I'm in line at the concession stand. He's over there in line at the bathroom. Man, he's got about 20 people around him he's talking to, saying, "Skinner back, Skinner back." And I told him they would know him next time we go there.
Right.
It's one of those things. And she said, well, to her, that's Paul. Well, Paul says, I can't go to the races this year if you guys go. I go, he's exactly right. I go, because you'd go and you'd want to yell out Skinner back, and that's just not right. Female can't yell that out, and that would ruin the whole trip. So anyway, that's what I was saying about Bruce out in Vegas. When me and Bruce get together, he gets to get out with a friend a little bit and do some stuff.
Sure.
Him and there's all kinds of people I should talk about that are friends.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, I don't know. Sid and June. Sid played in my band quite a while.
Okay.
Sid's a talented guy. Sid's he did a lot of work at Dollywood and for Fee Hedrick. He with the Hatfields and McCoys. He was out on the street team. And Sid's a good comedian, and he plays a stand-up bass and some stuff like that. And he's real funny. And I would like to just probably handcuff Sid and get him in this thing that we're going to do.
Right.
I think he's perfect. And he might be, because he told me the other day, he said, well, that sounds like you need somebody that kind of does stand-up bass and harmonica and like picks a little banjo. I said, exactly. But he had to get open heart surgery this year.
Oh, no.
And he said he's pretty scared because everything they had to do to him, they had to wire him back together instead of it healing all. They had to actually use wire and everything. I don't know. So he said his doctor told him, man, if you have another heart attack, or you have something, he said, you take care of yourself, because if you have something, it's gonna be tough for us getting in there to get it done.
Yes.
So, but Sid's a fun guy, and June, his wife, they're just as one. They're fun people, and come to find out, they've moved right over here, kind of behind where the Red Barn is that we were doing, trying to do a business, and so like he said, when the pandemic slows down a little bit, we need to get together.
Right.
Said, yeah, I think that's good. Haven't talked to Steve any. Pastor Steve, or
right.
That's a little disappointing to me. I don't expect anything from anybody, but he pushed and pushed and pushed for me to come to his cowboy church. And he said, come down there, you'll have 20 people lay hands on you and pray for you, and we'll get this healed.
Right.
But on my way down there, like I said, it's like God just slapped me in the face out on 76 and said, where are you going? You don't go there today. And he said, nobody wears a mask. They don't have anything on the door that says, please wear the mask during our service.
Right.
And they got a guy in there that's cooking food for everybody if you want any. And it's like a family picnic inside a warehouse, a little bitty warehouse.
Right.
And I'm like, man, right now, I mean, here I was headed down there, but I,
Not anymore.
well, I think somebody like that ought at least put a thing on the door that says, please wear your mask during the service for right now.
Right. Sure.
Anyway, I didn't go, and I kind of figured because he was all about, boy, you really need to be down here. You need to be down here. You need to be. I'm really surprised he didn't call
Right.
like on a Monday or something, say, man, what happened to you? I thought you was going to be down here,
Yeah.
and say, if he's a pastor and everything, say, dude, we prayed for you and everything for your foot. Now, I don't expect somebody to do that, but again, I turn it around. I put myself in that position.
Right.
So, yeah, I haven't been down there. I don't have any reason to go down there. I mean, good people, but, and I don't know. And my microphone condoms have never came in. That was supposed to be here from Amazon, not Amazon, but through some company on the 11th of February.
Right.
And they kept saying, give it one more day. Give it one more day. Today's the 19th.
Yes.
Yeah. And
a lot of days.
In my timeline, there are 6 or 7 different days where it says out for delivery, out for delivery, out for delivery. The last 3 or 4 days, it's in Hollister, Missouri, out for delivery. So I finally called. I called last night, Amazon. I said, listen, I bought these to help against the pandemic at a karaoke gig. And I had to go get some from another DJ.
Right.
Because these didn't ever show up. So that's pretty bad. If this guy's going to run a business, he needs to run it,
Absolutely.
And the guy said, man, you're totally right. He said, I'm refunding your money. I'm putting that back in your account. And he goes, if you get any notices or anything that say, here, ship these back, or here's a thing, to send them back, he goes, just ignore it. You just keep them. If they get there, and
free microphone condoms.
I said, well, I think that's pretty fair.
Right.
And then he's really, and he said, I think that's really cool that you were trying to help out on the pandemic.
Right.
I go, well, I could have just went into this place and not give a shit, just do it. But no, I did these. They're little covers that go on a microphone. They're thin,
right,
and they block out, and they're made for the pandemic stuff. Mm-hmm. You put them over your microphone. You sing. When you get done, you take it off, and you take it to your table. So when you sing again, you bring it up with you, and then when you take that, we take some Clorox wipes or something, and just really the only thing you have to wipe down is if anybody was holding the microphone, because the thing covers all of it. So the guy last night, he thought that was super. And I did that. And he came back and he said, here, I put $10 on your account.
Wow.
He said, because that's a cool thing you did. And he goes, that's a little something extra. You go, of course, Amazon, the way they do that stuff, you have to purchase something that's sold by Amazon, delivered by Amazon. So it's, you can't get everything. I was looking, on guitars, all the tuners, that they all have. Oh, yeah. And there's several different kinds, and I have a lot of different ones. The ones they first came out with a long time ago were Snark tuners.
Right.
Now they've improved them a lot with the chip inside of them and stuff. Oh, yeah. And I look, boom, they're all Amazon. So I'm like, because I had a $5 that they put on for something else that didn't show up. Right. So I'm like, I could grab another one of those. It's just like free. It doesn't cost anything.
Right.
And I found the newest one that they made, and they just did some really cool improvements to it that are really worth doing. And it's a white one, and it's sold by Amazon, delivered by whatever the name of the company is. So it won't work. So just because you got money on there doesn't mean anything. Okay.
Right.
And I was downtown Branson. Branson's hopping today. There's a million cars everywhere.
Good. That's a good thing.
I mean, it's still in the 40s today, but just to be outside and the sun shining, and
yes,
I mean, you felt like, I think we're at that period of time right now where it's going to break over from winter to the spring. Kind of. Exactly. I think usually go through seasons when something hits and then it changes. Yeah, I'm laughing because I don't do anything, we talk, and I'm like, well, see, it's another Friday night. What am I going to do tonight? See, go get the pizza.
Right?
Uh, watch
Pizza's
some.
good. That's a good thing.
Me and Mom, we watch Family Feud of a night.
Oh, wonderful.
Steve Harvey, the guy he's an excellent MC. I
Right.
mean, he's
Very good. Very funny. Definitely.
just good at what and you can watch. You can as an entertainer, you can watch people like that and you learn things. I mean,
Right.
you can watch him and watch his what he says, who he says it to,
And
when
who,
he does it.
what does it say? He gets it all. He's a great guy to learn about timing and delivery. Let's say that.
You can when you're in their entertainment business, you can watch him on that show,
Right.
and you can totally tell. I can totally tell some of the stuff that he does. It's not necessarily sincere. It's what
Right.
fits at the moment. So,
Exactly.
but the crowd all loves it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he messed up and said that. No,
Right.
he knew what he was doing. So
Uh-huh.
that's good. Friday, Saturday. Oh, me and you're going to have a talk.
Definitely. Janice tomorrow. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that gives me between now and then time to figure out how to tap the AirPods so they answer the phone. I mean, you call, the AirPods go, call from Dale Wiley. I'm like, oh. So I had to grab my phone and answer it. I'm like, well, that defeats the whole purpose of having this thing right here if you got to grab your phone.
Right.
I'll be sitting around tonight practicing tapping it.
Here we go. 24 hours of practicing tapping. That sounds good. Or about now.
And I see you've got another thing coming up here at 5:00.
Yes, I do. It's going to be fun. And that guy is so cool. And he is, his name is Brian McClellan, and he is a video guy. And he's also been very involved in this whole thing that we're trying to do about starting a music channel. So it's going to be very fun to talk to him. Definitely.
Where is he from?
St. Louis.
I could see the thing we're doing. I could see it being. Well, I think every show should be videoed anyway.
Right.
And then
they are.
And then we'll have the equipment where people can buy the DVD as they leave.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
Because Dad was in the show, or Grandma, or the kids.
Part of the plan, definitely.
And this thing we're doing, you could actually, where you're doing a podcast, video cast, you could have one that was a certain time every Friday and Saturday, the best of.
Exactly. That's what I want to do. All this stuff is coming together, and it's going to be so cool and so much stuff to look forward to, definitely. And so that's why I say that once
I'm going to call up Uncle Donald down in Florida because he's not doing right now nothing.
Okay.
Just playing golf. He might be into it. He might want to get involved.
There we go. You might want to, or something that sounds.
If I can find his number, I'm having trouble finding a phone number.
Okay, now this is DD's Big Rubber. It's Friday at 4:30, and so we'll see you on Monday.